The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He makes me to lie down in green pastures, and he leads me beside still waters. He restores my soul. He leads me in the path of righteousness for his name's sake. Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of mine enemies. Thou anointest my head with oil, and my cup overflows. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I shall dwell in the house of the Lord forever. Amen.
Brent would have loved this. Standing room only. It's good to see the church so full. The song is over much too soon. For me, it's abrupt and there's a deafening silence. I'd give anything to be in Detroit today. For if I were in Detroit, then we wouldn't be here. Brent would be alive. But instead, we are all here together. And for that, I am truly grateful. Brent's life began in 1953, and he grew up in schoolcraft. We shared an enjoyable childhood full of baseball, kick the can, and swimming. Nighttime was special because we always went to bed and listened to either a story album, such as Walt Disney's In Search of the Castaways, or a music album such as Peter Nero's Pianoforte. To this day, I can't hear Fly Me to the Moon or My Funny Valentine without thinking about those nights back in our room. By the time we were both in high school, we had drifted apart in many ways. I admired his talent, his intellect, his wit, his charm, but I still couldn't get along with him. It wasn't until we went to Hawaii that we would become truly close. We needed each other desperately out there, and we really had no choice but to like each other. It was in Hawaii, with our backs against the wall, that we really, truly came to understand each other. In marathon discussions, we figured out our relationship and our past. And the more I got to know him, the more I truly admired him. That admiration would grow over the years. And even though I left Hawaii after less than a year, we burned up significant portions of our paychecks on lengthy long-distance telephone calls. We talked of music, politics, and of Brent's many adventures. It was on these calls that we first discussed the possibility of writing songs together. I'd take a tape of songs that I wrote on Brent's piano in our parents' basement, and I'd send it out to him. He'd play with it, add to it, send it back. And I think because of our breakthrough that we achieved in Hawaii together, the distance separating us did not matter. We just kept getting closer and closer. And Brent was always so supportive of me. One time I told him I needed money that I didn't think I could get anywhere else. And a few days later, a check for $10,000 arrived. When I paid him back, I remember leaving him a message that said, "Thanks for believing in me like no one else could." At a time when my career was in a downward spiral, I was lucky to land a job with Marriott. I was very insecure. I called Brent. I told him that I just knew that I was going to fail, and that in no time they were going to find me out for a fraud. Brent said that this was nonsense, and that I would do great because I was finally with a company worthy of my talents. When my hotel was later named Hotel of the Year, Brent bought me a book, and it was "Oh, the Places You'll Go" by Dr. Seuss. And in it he wrote, "To the comeback kid of 1990, congratulations, Craig, on your awards and all of your achievements over the past year. You have been a source of pride and inspiration for me and all those around you. The foundation you have built was serve you well and take you even further, I'm sure. All my best, Brent. This was Brent. He was always there for me. And so many of you to cheer us on and to give us strength. I only wish that I could have better returned the favor. One of Brent's favorite movies was It's a Wonderful Life. It's a story, as I'm sure most of you know, in which the main character, Jimmy Stewart, doubts the importance of his own life, and he wishes that he'd never been born. He gets his wish only to find what a remarkable difference he had made in the lives of so many. Brent was a lot like that Jimmy Stewart character. He made a difference in the lives of so many, and yet I don't think he ever truly believed it. But it was a wonderful life, much of the time for Brent. He traveled to Europe as a high school student, and through his life, in addition to living in Hawaii for so many years, he traveled to Hong Kong, Thailand, Mexico, Canada, and throughout the United States. And Brent's life was made wonderful by the many friends he made all over the world. Brent met friends with incredible ease. When he and I were in Hawaii, he'd always come back to the apartment and introduce me to a new friend. Brent met so many people who would become lifelong friends on the beaches of Hawaii. Brent drew people in with his charm, his wit, as well as with his incredible intelligence. And of course, his talent for playing the piano. Fans and friends alike enjoyed standing around his piano for hours at a time. It was during those times that Brent was the happiest. He drew energy from the crowd. The more people there were, the more energy he had. But let's be honest, there was another side to Brent. The razor-sharp-tongued side of him. Tim Brown said it best when he said, Brent did not suffer fools gladly. Jim McGuire, a very dear friend of my brother in all of his years in Hawaii and beyond, and with our family today, shared a great story about a time they were both in the Rose and Crown pub. And it seems that there was this flight attendant there who was having a bad hair day, and who was also being very obnoxious. She was requesting song after song and hogging the piano, and all the time not tipping Brent. At one time, Brent had had enough, so he threw back. And outraged, the flight attendant said, "You can't treat me like that. I'm the customer. I pay your salary. Do you understand that?" And Brent said, "Yes, but there's one thing I don't understand." And she said, "Well, what's that?" And he said, "Well, what I don't understand is how you ever convinced them to let Charlie Manson out of prison to do your hair." There's many more like that, but not many more than I can tell in church. Some have suggested that my brother wasted his talent. I hate to look around today to be that answer, but to those I can say this. If you enjoyed his talents, then they were not wasted. He enjoyed sharing his gift with you, and his talent allowed him to travel to and to live in places most only dream about. He brought life to parties, joy to weddings, and grace to funerals. His music lifted the souls of many in church, and he touched people all over the world. Where's the waste in that? His talents were only wasted on those who were not able to appreciate his gift for what it was. My biggest fear in doing this eulogy today would be that I wouldn't be able to capture the essence of Brent. I had that same intimidation when he wrote a song. He'd write this beautiful melody, and I'd have to write words for it. And everybody would say, "Oh, the song is great." It reminded me of a story. He and I sent a song into the Nashville Songwriters Association. And now if this association likes your song, I can help you get it recorded. And We got a critique back, and it said, the music and the melody is exquisite. I can see this song becoming a Christmas standard. The words, however, need a little work. So when I agonized about this out loud, Brent, in his dry sense of humor, said, well, at least the music is good. So in that my words might fall a little short, I thought I would include some words of some others. Danita Houghton from Los Angeles said that Brent was just Brent and the rest of us were just fans. And speaking of his deep spiritual side, Marilyn Sanders said that Brent was just as much my minister as I was his. And on a lighter note, Cynthia Downer from Mississippi wrote of a cookbook that they had developed together called Toss Lightly, in which all cooking instructions were the same. Bake for 1 hour at 500 degrees, and then toss lightly into the garbage. Jane Hickman from Memphis wrote, recalling meeting Brent for the first time at the Rose and Crown Pub. There was Brent, tan, young, and handsome, and at the piano, and we were hooked. She said, for the next 5 years, the Rose and Crown was my home away from home, and Brent, one of my dearest, most cherished friends. He made all of us orphans so far away from home feel a part of the family, and he was the magnet and the glue that kept us together. The Vandermaidens wrote from Brazil that Brent was always spreading happiness and fun, giving people a few golden moments that they will never forget. They went on to say, we know he went away too early, but his life was worthwhile. It was of great value to the thousands of people to whom he showed the sunny side of the street. I think my favorite comes from Bill Hall of Los Angeles. Brent once said that we live in such a graceless age. If only Brent could have observed himself playing Rhapsody in Blue. This was grace and joy and beauty. In so many ways, Brent, you will always ease us into the day. Yes, your life is quite a story. And something of a beautiful poem. On behalf of my father, Stephanie, Lucas, Cameron, and me, I would like to say thank you for everything that all of you have done. We're very lucky to be here. We've had great food from neighbors, supportive family, phone calls and notes from all over the world, people traveling in from long distances. Brent was very lucky to know you, and so are we. In a moment, I'm going to play a song that has special significance, and it's on the insert. And so at that time, I'd like you to just read along with the words. It's significant because Brent, Stephanie, and I used to perform this in our basement. It's also significant because of the lesson and the promise of the song. It's a song about the loss of a loved one, and the singer correctly recognizes the fact that it's too late to say, I love you, or I'm sorry when someone's gone. But it's also a promise to go on living and a promise to let go. And it's my promise to Brent. But before we do that, I want to say one last goodbye. Brent, thank you for being the best brother I could ever hope to have. Thank you for always being my biggest supporter. Thanks for the memories, the laughter, and the love you showed us all. I'll pray for you and think of you every day. The song may be over, but the music will live in my heart forever. I love you, Brent. Aloha.
I'm gonna live my life like every day's the last, without a simple goodbye. It all goes by so fast, and now that you're gone, I can't cry hard enough. No, I can't cry hard enough for you to hear me now. Can I open my eyes and see for the first time I've let go of you like a child letting go of his kite. There it goes, up in the sky. There it goes, beyond the clouds, for no reason why. I can't cry hard enough. No, I can't cry hard enough for you to hear me now. And I'll look back in vain and see you standing there, when all that remains is just an empty chair. And now that you're gone, I can't cry hard enough. No, I can't cry hard enough